my bars, free my dogs, you freak the dog.
Yes, you did.
What's going on, content creators? Mark Harris from Mark Harris Visuals here, and I'm going to show you guys how to do definitely one of my favorite type of transitions you can do inside Premiere Pro, and that is the masking effect. It is super underrated when it comes to creating super dope and flashy videos, guys, and I've used it like pretty much on every single one of my videos, and it just has that cool, y'all don't see, it's pretty simple to do, but it just has like that cool like wow effect, like literally walking in front of a pole and then bam, next clip. It's just so simple and dope, and I feel like this can be very useful when you guys are creating content. But I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. But anyway, cue the intro. Alright peeps, so we're in Premiere Pro, got it loaded, and I'm gonna show you guys one variation of this effect. So in this variation, when you're filming a subject and you want it to make a masking effect, such as like a transition into another clip, you will have to film your subject walking past something that covers the bottom and top half of the screen, and that said object has to flow through the whole viewpoint of the screen. So to make this as easy as possible, you have to pick something like nice and straight, such as like a pole or a tree, to make it as easy as possible. You can use like other people or cars passing by if it's covering the bottom and top half of the screen, but you have to make it like other like minuscule adjustments to make it as perfect as possible, and then it'll make your adjusting and keyframing a little bit more difficult, but it's fairly simple. But to keep it as easy as possible, you want to pick something like straight, like a tree or a pole passing by your subject to create a dope masking effect. But I'm gonna show you guys is one variation, and I was filming my boy Cole and he's passing a tree in downtown Shreveport. So I have my clip already on my timeline right here, and he's walking, and notice how this tree appears in the right hand side of the screen. Go ahead and play that, and then he passes right through it. So notice how this tree covers the bottom half and the top half of the screen, and it passes through the whole viewpoint of our clip right here. So what you want to do, essentially we're going to make a masking effect. So as soon as this tree disappears, this will be a whole new clip playing. And this is like a super underrated, definitely one of my favorite masking transitions there is. And once you learn this, guys, it sets the bar and sets it like a free game virtual world where you can go inside and create some dope masking effects. I don't really know if that makes sense, but anyway, take it how you want it. But so what we want to do right here, guys, is you want to go all the way over until where you see a little viewpoint of our tree a little bit on the other side of the tree. So keep going. So right there, you see that little small portion to where the other side of the tree is about to clear. That's where we want our beginning point to be. So to do this masking effect, you're gonna use your pinpoint tool. It's also known as the Free Draw Bezier tool. And you're gonna make little pinpoints, and you're gonna keyframe those pinpoints to make the other part of the screen black, so you can slide another video clip underneath that video clip to make a dope transition. Sounds complicated, but once you watch this, it's very simple. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this guy, and then make sure our mask one is highlighted, and then we're gonna click mask path. So what this does is create a keyframe right here. So now we want to click on our clip, and then on your keyboard there should be like a little squiggly little button on your keyboard. It should be all the way over to the left hand side, depending on what keyboard you have. But it's a built-in shortcut for Premiere Pro. You're gonna click that. And what this does is make the screen full screen, so we can see a full screen view of our little point where we're gonna make our keyframes at. I'm talking too much already, so let's keep pressing on. Make sure our mask one is highlighted, and you will see this little pointy tool pop up, make it go full screen, and then we're gonna click and make little key points. And it has to end, so what I mean by that is once you get back to your starting point, this little circle thing is gonna pop up right beside our little pointy tool. Pointy tool doesn't really sound super super professional. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna X out of that, and then you wanna make sure it's clicked. This inverted is clicked and check marked, and then you'll notice that it makes it black over here. So to make this a super dope transition, underrated effect, it's very tedious, but it's definitely worth it in the end. So what we're gonna do is, that looks good, so we're gonna go over and track it one keyframe forward, and notice how it creates extra space over here. So all you will literally do, let's make this 50%. So all you literally do is slide this over, drag it on down to make whatever other side of our subject black. And then it's literally just a repeated process after that, guys. I know it's super tedious, but it is definitely worth it in the end. So then we're gonna track over one more time, go back, and literally just drag over and repeat the process. Alright, so now the process is finally complete. You can see I have this black screen right here. So what you want to do is you want to go back all the way to the front and make sure that it looks, looks natural and not way too edited. What I mean by that is these edges are super straight. You can play around with this feather so that it looks like more natural, and then you can expand a little bit, but whatever looks best. So you can play around with those two and see whatever looks best to your liking. So now what you want to do is go to the end of your clip to where it's just fully black, slide your clip to delete it, stretch that out, and just grab any other clip that you want to put right below this video clip to make the transition flow into one of another. So what we're going to do is bring that up, and then right here. And to make it super dope, whatever you transition into your video, into the video of your choosing, whatever you transition to make it look really smooth and dope, you want to make sure like your subject is moving kind of in the same direction. So I had Cole in the first clip walking right, so just make sure like you're at least filming right to get that nice little transition flow. And that is like some video filming etiquette that you can take along with you. But anyway, I'm gonna choose this clip wherever I decide to pick it at. So like right here would probably be good. So keyframe that. Drag this on out over to our little marker point. Then slide this on over underneath. Go right back. See what I mean by how you need to make sure you go back. So that's feathered a little too much, so we can simply correct that. Go hit our masking tool. And about there. And that looks pretty solid to me. You can make as many adjustments as you want to, guys. So feather a little bit. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna slide it underneath to where it goes black. And to see how that looks, he's literally walking in the middle of the street, and then it goes on over, bam, transitions into a different clip. It's very, very tedious, but it looks super dope, and it's a great accent to your video effects. So we're gonna go ahead and play that out in real speed. And it's just super dope, and it's definitely one of my favorite types of in-house video effects you can do with some minuscule work with your filming and your camera. But yeah, guys, super sweet and simple tutorial, but I encourage you guys to go out and practice this effect because it is super dope and unique, and I think it's super underrated because not that many people that I know of use this effect in their videos. But create content, go out and get better and better. But always, guys, if you want to see a different type of tutorial of some sort, make sure you comment down below and I'll be happy to cover it. Thank you guys for tuning in. The support means a lot to me. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I know it's been a while since my last video, But if you guys appreciate the channel, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below for future tutorials. But as always, guys, keep creating content, keep showing love, and until the next video, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.